Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Christene, and if you're new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be comparing ponytail extensions from the known brands Bellami, which is basically, they're promoted by like Nikki and Gabby, who are YouTubers on here. They're also promoted by Dove Cameron, who is a Disney Channel star. She also did Clueless Broadway, I believe. And then I'm also going to compare it with Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon. They are 2-day free shipping. You can basically find anything you want on Amazon. They also are pretty much always cheaper to buy things on Amazon, so that's why I wanted to compare the two. Now, so the ones I got from Amazon is this pair right here. This was about $10 and it was like also prime shipping. And then I got the Bellami blonde ponytail extensions too. These are the ones that are like you set them in your hair with like this clip thing right here, and then you wrap this piece like around the base and that looks like a nice ponytail. The number one thing about buying extensions that's always the most difficult part is if you're not in the store and you're buying it online, you're basically either trusting yourself to try to pick out your right hair color or trusting someone else to pick out your right hair color. So when I went to the Bellami website, you can get like a free color match for your hair, and I had sent them a picture of my hair, and they ask you to do it in like specific conditions, like in, I think what they asked was you want to be outside in natural lighting, take a picture of your entire hair and then send it, and then they'll try to match you as close as possible. So when I sent them, I didn't have as much roots as I do now when I originally bought this ponytail. They said I was an ash blonde. So I ordered the ash blonde and this is what came in. This is gonna look so freaking funny. I mean, it's kind of close to like where my blonde is actually, except my blonde is obviously a bit darker, but now with my roots growing in, it's just gonna look funny. Now the Amazon one actually, so I ended up getting the same color. It was ash blonde. I just chose ash blonde on Amazon. Basically, I just wanted to get the same color. So this is what the ash blonde looks like from Amazon, which it is darker in comparison. So I feel like, at least in that instant, this Amazon wins for coloring, because although like this looks nice, it's just definitely not my hair color. And Bellami was the one that matched me, so I was like, well, I'll just order the same color from Amazon and see if it looks better. And you know, looking at this in comparison to my hair, that's actually quite a bit closer. So first things first, I want to compare, like I said, prices. So the Amazon one was $9.95, I believe, and it was prime shipping, so it only took 2 days to get here. The Bellami one, this one was about $40. So first, right off the bat, they pretty much feel the same. The one thing I noticed on the Bellamis straight away is that where this clip is, you can almost see the seam is already coming out, and you can see that's poking out. I don't know if that's on all the Bellamis, but on mine it looks like this is about to just come right out of there and not stay. This is also like very, like, look at that. When you want something stuck in your head, you don't really want something that's barely hanging on, like a loose tooth. I may have just gotten a bad hair extension, but you know, at first glance, that's not necessarily great, versus the one on the Amazon one. It's pretty, like, it's not as loose. It's definitely more stuck on there, so I feel like the Amazon one is going to be sturdier in this instant. The next thing I noticed is that the Amazon one has like a super thick band, whereas the Bellami's is thinner, so it seems like this one's going to hide better in your hair and not look as obvious. I mean, for me it's gonna look obvious because it's not the freaking same hair color, but just ignore that. They both have like the little extra piece to wrap around your hair in, so that's good. Quality wise, they feel the same. The Bellami is definitely thicker though than the Amazon one, but I mean, like, you're paying $40 versus $10, so that's kind of what you have to determine, is if you really want like a thick ponytail, probably do the Bellamis, but you're going to be paying 4 times as much. But if you're a broke college student, this is great. I think you're going to find this to be just as good. So the real test is putting it in the hair and seeing how it is in the hair. First things first, for those who don't know how to use these ponytail extensions, we're just going to do a mini tutorial here, is how you're going to do it is after putting in your ponytail, and they recommend if you have like semi-thick hair to not only put in one ponytail, to put in two. So I'm gonna go grab a second one and put a second one in, because I feel like with the Bellami it's going to need that second one, especially I'm worrisome of this tooth problem, so I'm gonna get a second one. So we're gonna take a little teeth claw here, you can barely even see that, and you're gonna put that at the base of your ponytail, and then you're going to wrap this piece, the long one, around the bottom and up back through the front. And you're gonna get a nice sleek looking wrap. This is basically hiding the fact that you're wearing hair extensions. It's definitely heavy. And then you're gonna take a bobby pin, or for this instant I have a barrette. I feel like if you don't want it to see as much, I'm gonna use my barrette. And you're gonna pin that little extra piece that you have that you don't want to wrap necessarily on the front down to the back of your head, and then there you go. See, this definitely looks so silly because it definitely doesn't match my hair. So this is, like I said, so the Bellami feels thicker, so it definitely feels heavier. It's definitely a heavier, like you're feeling it is. It's heavy. It's definitely something heavy on your head, which I don't know if I love. I love the thickness because you can't see my natural hair at all. So you definitely can't even tell, like if this actually matched my head, you wouldn't be able to tell. So thickness does win in that portion. It's also very nice and soft. I'm just running my fingers through it and it's not tangling. So that's a win for Bellami. So I'm gonna take this out and we're gonna put the Amazon one in. But man, does this look silly or not? Like, I definitely feel that if I had not put that second ponytail in, that I don't think this would stay in. Now we've got the Amazon one. As you can see, it's definitely thinner, but it does look at least a little bit more like my hair. I think this is weird. They just like curled the one piece that went around. Okay, and then there is the Amazon one. See, the Amazon one I feel like is more of a representative ash blonde. I feel like this is more leaning towards bleach blonde. Like very, very on the edge of being ash blonde and more bleach blonde. But this one definitely I feel like matches my hair color a little bit more. You can definitely see the quality and difference in highlight. This definitely looks a bit more yellow versus like this actually does look blonde. Maybe my hair's just yellow. I do, as much as I hate to admit it, I do like this one a little bit better because it's not as heavy. But if you are looking for that Ariana Grande luscious, long, huge, thick locks, I would say the Bellami definitely wins in that situation because it's definitely thinner, but you get what you pay for $10. As far as I can tell, you can't see my natural hair under this one as much either, so that's pretty good. One of the other things I've noticed is that like the base part, like in this where the stitching is, this on the Bellami one is super like flexible, versus this one I can like feel where it's at and it's kind of hard. I don't know if that's something that will just be softer over time for the Amazon ones, or if it's just something you need to think about. Overall, I definitely do think the Bellami ones were nicer. Other than the little mishap with this clip, I think I probably just got a bad extension clip. The one thing I don't like though is about the Bellamis is that it's heavy. like with the thickness, you're going to get more weight. So that's something that I would probably think about before purchasing, because if you are someone that like at the end of the day loves taking their ponytail out just because they feel it's so heavy, then the Amazon one's probably more for you because it's not as thick, it's a lot lighter. So in the end, I think both the Amazon and the Bellami hair extension, ponytail extensions, both have really good qualities. I think it really depends on what you are looking for. If you're looking for an Ariana Grande hair extension, thick frickin' pony, then I would say go to Bellami, spend the $40 and get the thicker hair. Just know it is going to be heavier on your head, and by the end of the day you will probably love taking this off of your head because it will just be so relieving, like taking your bra off the end of the day. If you're looking for something like cheap that also still looks really good, Amazon is your go-to. I'm a broke college student, so this is probably the one I would choose because it's only $10 and it still gives you a pretty good look. You can't really tell, it matches my hair more than this does. Although with Amazon, they don't offer a hair matching service, so that is kind of what you'd have to be wary of, because you would have to basically know your own hair color and try to match it. Luckily, Amazon has really good return policy, so if it doesn't match, you can return it and try to get another one. The one thing with Bellami's return policy is once you open it, it's done. You can't return it, you can't exchange it. They basically have this hygiene rule, which, I mean, it makes sense, but if it doesn't match, then you're kind of screwed. It's what's on their website. Once you open it, you can't exchange it. So they basically tell you to like
hold the bag up to your hair and hope that it matches through the bag, I guess.
So that's the other thing. So Amazon's really great for return policy if you are kind of weary about buying it because you don't know exactly what your hair color is. I would say go through Amazon first and then maybe take the plunge later to buy this one. So overall, I think these are both good qualities. I think it really just depends on your budget versus what you are looking for. Amazon ones, they aren't going to be thick, so if you have thicker hair, definitely go for the Bellami. If you don't have thicker hair and you don't really care, go for the Amazon one. If you are cheap and you don't want to pay $40 for hair extensions but you still want them, go for the Amazon one. That's basically it. I don't have any other comparison to make. These are both really good hair extensions. I didn't really have much complaints with either of them. Other than that, I will link everything that I used here. I will link the Bellami hair extensions and I will link this Amazon hair extensions in the comments below. If you haven't yet already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. I post on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and that is it. Bye!